Hi! Hi! I'm Kevin Chaos. It's me. And I'd like to talk about something evil. Actually, since School for Evil is coming up, well, I will be teaching a lot of potentially dark practices that you can learn to save yourself from other people's forms of manipulation, or choose to harness and manipulate others with. All about success. It's all about what actually works rather than morality. That being said, I want to start this video with just, I don't know, a little tasty event in my life to give you an idea of my kind of evil. Oh, am I purely evil? Nah. Do I just hurt people for the hell of it? Nah. That's just way too simple for me. I like chess. Thinking a few moves ahead, yes? Planning accordingly, always expecting in the background of my mind, because it is more common than not, that you might be evil. That you might be the manipulator, the con artist, the charlatan, or what have you. And so we're going to philosophically wax on a little bit about vengeance, about tit for tat. Don't just turn the other cheeks and, get punched in the other jaw, my friends. No, prepare for all contingencies. Have contingencies on your contingency plans, I say. So this is a story about a girl. Yeah, a girl. No, it's not always about a girl, no, as you're thinking. But they will help you push off the deep to the evil end, right? Now, this is more about lies. It's about trust. It's about alliances. Right? Alliances. Did I say that right? I think I said alliances. Anyway, alliances. You chose me after all, did you not? Yes, you did. You chose to tune in. Just as much as I might have chosen to deal with you. I chose to say hi back. Say. Right? Okay, now, let's say that you're... Here's the fun fact of it all, really, folks, is I believe in truth, and you will find that you never need to lie to deceive someone. Isn't that incredible? You never need to lie to deceive someone. In fact, it works better if you don't, because they get to see what a genuine person you are. It works better if you tell the truth and let them lie to themselves with their own ignorance and arrogance. Peace, bruh. So we're going to give, I don't know, I would like you to know how evil I make decisions and my interpretations of things. It is all a big game, after all. Call me a narcissist, call me what you will. Hell, Satan. But what I really am is fair. Now let's say I'm taking care of you. Doesn't matter, even non-romantically. I'm taking care of you, I'm a good friend. I've got a good wallet. And I open up these opportunities for you. They came from me. You're welcome. I didn't act like that at the time, but surely they came from me, and you are welcome so far to these opportunities. Now let's say, though, that you take advantage of this. Equality is a two-way street. A partner is a partner. A friend should be a friend, right? But it's often not the case. Instead, what seems to happen in most human relationships, including non-romantic ones, is there's always someone dominating the other one. Or they take turns going back and forth. Who's going to be dominant and apologetic today? Who's going to be considerate and inconsiderate today? So let's say, because I don't even mind telling this story, which puts it half on blast, but I'll try my best to not slip the tongue of the end, because I'd like to give them a chance. One more. I've given so many. But I'd like them to have a way out of the consequences that are almost inevitably about to come at the hand of this God, this decision maker, this willpower, this guy who is patient, who is lenient, who is forgiving, kind, understanding, and compassionate. Now, let's not mistake passion. What is hate? A form of passion, channeled down a different riverbank, but passion nevertheless. And I don't even really hate, because I kind of, as you can tell, get a bit of a thrill that you would dare fuck with me, really. And I try to forgive and believe in good things, that you might come out on top, that we might all hug and hold hands at the end, and I really would like that. I would like if we were friendly. But if you're not, how long do I wait? How many mistakes should a human be allowed? Before being spanked, before being jailed, before being punished, before learning the hard way, since they couldn't learn the nice way. There are only so many ways you can teach a person. And so one of the ideologies I've adopted, and it infuriates people, is the mirror effect. I am you, so be careful how you behave, I say. Are you going to listen just because I told you, though? Are you going to have any intelligence just because some guy had something intelligent to give you? Probably not. Nevertheless, I will give you, I'm so confident, cocky, right, and ego, and prideful, that I will give you every tool you need to manipulate me, and you're still going to fucking fail. You'll get away with a few things for a time because I allow them, while I'm focused on where I'm trying to get to, should you be able to make it with me. But will you win? Never. Never. We are equals or you're beneath me. There is no above me. So let's talk about that a little bit. So let's say, for example, let's say a woman's cheating on her man. You'd like me to believe, while already setting a bad example, what I'm worth, right? You'd like me to believe this. You can paint a pretty picture for me all day long till you're blue in the face, but the fact of the matter is, how can you possibly be loyal to me or have these ideas of me if that's what you're doing to Guy? We already know you're full of shit. And maybe we'll get into our emotions and we'll start to buy into the illusions. They say all the right things, they do all the right actions, they pull out your chair or whatever, you know, not that the girl does that, but so that we can neutrally discuss this. I can do all of those things. The difference is, I mean them. If I chose, as a god, as a self-propelled willpower, to spend my time on you, then it's what I wanted. I have no need to lie. You do that for me. That's the best part of being who I am. You do it for me. I never have to tell a lie. Now, what Satan has taught me is you don't have to constantly talk. Your every feeling, your every thought. Their guesswork will lie for you. Their guesswork, while they think they have the upper hand, while they think they're the master manipulator, while they think they have your emotions under their hooks. And it can even be a blend. You could totally feel emotional but still be smarter than the other person. So this person, let's say, is cheating but would like you to believe. Check this out. What's inspired this video today was, I gave this person the option. So now I am autistic. Whatever that means, right? And that means I communicate in a unique way, and I take things very literally. So I actually ask for specific instructions of what you desire, and I will make anything and everything I can for you happen that you'd like that would make you happy. Is it my fault then, if you're ever unhappy? I'm constantly helping you. You must have had some bad instructions. Because here I am giving you exactly what you want, but how often do humans know what they want? They're constantly flip-flopping, going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. And they don't really know, because if they did, they'd already have it. That's the fucking truth. If you know what you want, you go out, you get it, it's done. If you know what you want, a building, say, you place one brick at a time to make it possible to have a building. That's how real life works. Whether you're emotional about each brick being hard to lay down and center and how long it takes or not, you still know that there's a process to get toward your goals. I don't forget that even while I may be involved or emotionally attached to a human being. I know that there's a process to everything, and I know that constantly lurking in the shadows, there's the potential for deceit. And almost always there is deceit. You lie to me about, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You're a fucking liar. But, hey, you do have the right to not be okay. So, I'm not going to push it. Another thing Satanists believe in is no unasked for advice. No unwarranted advice. You know, we only give enlightenment to those who actually want it. So, this little quandary is to get you guys thinking about how you make decisions. If I am you, at least with me, this definitely helps you, the cheat codes to Kevin. If I am you and you're a liar, I'm a liar too. I'm just way more clever. Because I lie by telling the truth. I lie by omission. I lie by fitting in, really. Because I'm you. I like what you like. I love to serve. I love to see you smile. And those are all actually truths at the same time. But is it who I am just because I can make all of those things possible? Who are you? I like to think I'm a wish granter of sorts. You could look at me like a gin in a lamp, ready to grant that desire. But remember your requests. Gin are very tricky. They live in the bottom of a bottle, do they not? Right? So what's in it for them? Twists a little bit. The words that you use. Are you not specific enough? Be careful what you wish for. Have you not heard this? So, let's say you wish for a friend. Now, here's the fun fact. I gave this person a way out, and I just gave them another way out. And they're still going to choose the wrong thing. So I have to just find amusement that we're at war, because we just are. Bad things will happen. People will continue to do whatever it is that they are, whatever it is that they do. Regardless of my desires for myself or for them. But so let's say you give this person a way out. In this particular circumstance, this person had a romantic engagement with me. They were all mixed up in different areas of life. I look past all their problems, look past all their emotional things to a point. From time to time, they'll vilify you, projecting their insecurities, projecting their anger, projecting their agitation, or their post-traumatic stress of the past, and affecting their decisions to handle the present, and worry that you might fit into behaving and being those things that once hurt them, ultimately making them behave cold or ill-tempered or nasty to you. So you're automatically behaving better than this person. This person wanted to call us a couple while we have to sneak around. Change her mind on whether she believes in open relationships or not, because she's just too passive-aggressive to say that she doesn't want that, and probably would want me happy, therefore lying to me out of fear. That I might actually want those things because I'm such a good catch, and you know you're lucky to have me, and that's the truth. That you really wouldn't want to shackle and change me because you really want me around, and your fear and projections think that maybe you can only have me around if you offer everything on the table. That's not who I am, though. If you told me what you'd want, I'd grant it. I told you that. And I just told you fellas that the same. So this person may flip-flop in and out of that desire or whatever, or sets of words, you know. I made a comment and it set this person off. Well, we aren't really in a relationship, are we? And that pissed them off. They assumed that my friend from so many years ago that came into my life and is recently talking to me, that must be why. And just go on an emotional, illogical, not mind but heart, rampage. And I kind of get sick eventually. You know, you can only be sick and tired so much until you get sick and tired, and that's when you do something about it, folks. And so, you know, if someone's constantly painting you into a monster, constantly finding ways to make you wrong when you could not be a better servant, you could not be a bigger giver, you could not look the other way on their stupid shit more, because stupid shit doesn't matter, you know? But if you're constantly painted into this demon, well, hey, why not be one? Bugs Bunny said, if you can't beat them, join them. And the fact of the matter is, I can't show you an angel when you're looking for demons, so I might as well, at least this way I'm included, be a demon then. Be a monster then. Nevertheless, I told this person, so they don't want a romantic relationship anymore. Let's fast forward to I'm leaving out tons of details for the sake of time, but, and that's fine, I don't give a fuck, whatever. I mean, it'd be cool if you did. It'd be cool if you didn't. I'm going to live and figure it out. No matter what hand is dealt to me, I'm going to play it to the best of my fucking abilities. Life. And so, you don't want a romantic relationship. Well, I tell the person, quite frankly, again, honesty. Never going to lie to you. Never going to happen. Ever. Well, I don't really know what a friend is. I've never had people do for me what I would do for them. I don't know what a friend is to someone who's sleeping with you and cheating on a fucking person. I don't know what a friend is where you have to hide having a friendship. I didn't even have to say all that in the list. Should I have to explain myself? God knows with the Buddhist background of this individual, they don't. Everything always has an excuse. There's always a reason why their emotions are allowed, but your emotions are insignificant. Nevertheless, to say that I'm not necessarily behaving emotional just to question things. Why can't I question? You know, I tell this person, I don't care to be compared to every other guy. Didn't tell her not to, didn't tell her what to do, what not to do. You know, whatever. Ultimately, it's kind of subtle guidance to say you're not going to be happy doing this. We fast forward, you know, and so you don't want a romantic relationship. Well, I don't want a friend. I don't need more friends. I don't, whatever that means. You know, I see your behavior. If your friendship is anything like what your romantic interest is, which it's a downgrade, right? Then that means I get even less. Then I don't want that. It turns into war type words and all the nasty things you can undercut and try to hurt someone with. The difference is, since she's done this in the past, you can no longer hurt me ever again. I've learned your behaviors, I've learned your mechanisms, I've learned how, why, when you say what words to have what effects. I'm immune now. I like your nice things, I can ignore the nasty. That's how I've learned to be able to enjoy you. And perhaps you're a narcissist. I know I was raised by one, so there's some in here. This turns into more nastiness. Just because I don't, you know, so what? Why can't I be ignorant? Why can't I not know what a friend is? Why is that going to make you hate me? Because you can't let me go, but you can't keep me around either for a relationship? That's pretty fucking silly. That's crazy. Well, letting me go would have saved you any kind of wrath or retaliation to come from what stupid shit you're going to continue to try to egg me on if I decided to be mad. But can I act like I'm mad and not be mad? Or, that's not the right way to say it, but can I penalize this person without necessarily needing to be emotional? Yes, I fucking can. Can I teach this person a lesson by showing them their own personality back to them? Deceit for deceit. Anger for anger. Love for love. Again, I am you, so be careful how you behave. It's going to be in my Bible. Look forward to that, too. So, now I've given this person an ultimatum. That's right. A woman's fucking worst nightmare. An ultimatum. A fucking choice. God damn if you give a woman a choice. God damn. Well, I said you have 48 hours. 48 hours. To apologize. Well, I don't think that's too much, because she can lie and say it, too. But I bet her ego's too high with all of this self-love. This I'm queen shit. Meanwhile, she has no friends herself. Meanwhile, she destroys everything she fucking touches. Meanwhile, her kid's already about to be taken away from her if she doesn't do the right thing. The odds are stacked against her, and she's going to wage argumentative war. You're going to call people names and project your fucking misery and create problems of someone taking care of you. Maybe I should just join in on the shenanigans. Join in on the fun. So I gave her quite a long-winded message. Telling her you have 48 hours to apologize. We already had a peace. You wouldn't let me walk away peaceable, which means you don't want fucking peace. You don't want me to leave you alone. So let me give you my fucking attention. I know what is in your life. What you fear, what you love, what you have, what you don't. How you make your decisions. I didn't word it quite like this, mind you. But it's the brunt of it. And I will use everything in my arsenal to show you what you're doing to the world. Fuck the justice system, although it may come in handy. I will make sure that you know what you're giving to others by allowing you to hold on to it for a little while and self-reflect, whether meditative, which we could have done already, guess that's not your interest, or by force. You're afraid to lose your child, and for good means. Look at this emotionally erratic, bipolar, dissociative behavior. I'm pretty sure a kid with you is a very dangerous life for a kid. Fuck with me. I'm pretty sure that the guy who I've already talked to in person knew that we were sneaking around, right? Broke her fucking phones. I didn't tell him to do that. Did I know because of information fed to me that negativity might happen as a result? Yes. Did I choose that? No. You did. You chose to be unloyal, ungrateful. You chose this. And you chose to do the same thing with the distraction you chose. So, did you continue fucking up? How bad's your paper trail? And how good is my record keeping? Did she take a cab here with money that undoubtedly just came from him? To my house, to my direct address, which is what that record will show as well. How loose were your lips in your text messages and in your Facebook messages? I didn't even have to prove it to the guy the first time for him to give you a taste of your medicine. Negativity for negativity, abuse for abuse. I'm a firm believer of the mirror. So what would happen, hypothetically, were I to take another walk down there, knock on the door, and apologize for interfering with his relationship? What would happen if I were to take a walk down there and say, look, man, it really is over this time? Because there was even a point where he sent me a message and blocked me from one of her accounts. Guess what? She made more Facebook accounts. She already had secret Facebook accounts. Even were you to disable them and go offline, do my records exist? So I told this person, you have 48 hours to apologize. 48 hours, that's not asking for a lot. You don't even have to mean it. You just gotta make it convincing. I made sure to say make it convincing. At least pretend to be a good person, right? That's what you want me to be. So let me get this straight. You don't want this type of behavior? Then why the fuck are you doing it? Because when no one else is around, you're doing it to you. And when anyone else is around, you're doing it to you harder. Do we reward bad behavior? What is evil? What is good? Who the fuck knows? All I know is I'm you. If you lie, well, I'm going to lie, but by telling the truth. I'm going to let you make all the assumptions. I'm going to let you speak for me. I'm going to let you do the lying. I don't even have to match that part of the behavior. If you're sweet, I'll be sweet. Because I can love on that. That's awesome. If you're nasty, I'll be a little nasty back. I know how to cut you too, but it's also, again, more effective to be all sweet to your evil partner, friend, associate, acquaintance. If they see all you've done, well, you just ask them questions. Literally, I imagine how effective it is if someone's screaming at the top of their lungs, say, and you say, well, what's wrong? What happened? You were fine 5 seconds ago. Did I say something wrong? And you're really humble and really questioning, and I am autistic. I would love to know. Got loads of questions, and I talk a lot. How wrong can I be then? Who do you blame when it's all over after that? Am I still the bad guy? Because everything I did in my behavior was good, and all of my intentions were good. But you chose this. How evil is evil? I get a kick out of people that, it didn't used to be this way. It took time to learn the ways of the world, but I get a kick when people are nasty to me when it doesn't work. And if it does work, it only works one time these days. Now I know your strategy. You aren't quite so clever to have, what I call them? Contingencies on contingencies on contingencies. Where's your backup plan when you're with this guy but not really with this guy because you need a roof over your head and a place for your kid while you're simultaneously facing charges and shit to go to court to prove the validity of if you're worthy of being a parent for this exact same behavior? Who the fuck are you to challenge somebody else? Tell them about who they are, what their successes and failures, how good or bad of a person they are, and project all this misery and misfortune when that's the condition of your life. What power do you hold? Seriously. To be able to think that you have that authority, Mr., Mrs., whoever, ego. Who do you think you are? How many times do you want people to look the other way? How many years? How old are you again? Should I talk like this to this person? Because it's a different kind of an effective strategy. How old are you? And what have you learned? And now I know all your secrets. Because while I was a good guy, when you wanted me to be a good guy, instead of wanting to argue and wage war, which is now what I'm complying with, when I was a good guy, you unloaded your purse. You dumped it out Ali Sheedy style, Breakfast Club. You let me know every little piece of who you are, how you are, what your past was, what helps you, what hinders you, what hurts you. Who did what their names are, who's fighting against you in court. All of it. It is all in my hands now to do whatever I want. And if I want to teach you a lesson, which I do, I would have preferred it the good way. But sometimes people need that spanking. There's a reason why he breaks your shit. I would have never approved. Were I around to witness some of the stuff, I probably would have handled him a little aggressively myself. But hey, I can see why he does what he does. So let's say I print out a list of things, your messages to say the least, your plans on what you want to do to him, and what you want to do with me. And I have a nice little folder of this contradicting, flippant behavior. Not to mention some of the anger and aggression and negative stuff you'd like to say about people. The people that aren't even your friends anymore. And the one person left that even tolerates you. If you can even call that a friend. Why aren't you staying with that person? Why do you need this guy? This guy ain't even the father of your kid. Something's up there. Should I kick people while they're down, some of you might say. Well, this person's clearly already in pain. Acknowledge their mental illness and shit. That's exactly what I've done. Until you make it out that I'm the reason. If I'm the reason and I can't show you anything else, let me be the reason then. Allow me to be the reason for your suffering. This is the way. Above all, I represent intelligence. I represent wisdom. I am the mirror. If you wish to act inferior, if you wish to act Neanderthalic, animalistic, aggressive, nasty, manipulative, slander, and gossip, you get to do it maybe once. Because then my autistic mind is going to say, oh, this is what everybody does. This is how to fit in. This is behaving. This is desirable. This is the actions they wish to see because this is the actions that they're doing. And I would not be wrong to join them in that. In fact, the only way for you to understand me would be from your own mind. Especially with this person. This is the kind of person that whenever you say something that has nothing to do with them, they immediately make it about themselves. They immediately think you're talking about or for them. So you walk on eggshells and you try to do the right thing because the benefits outweigh the negatives. And so you try to support them. But what happens when you run out of straws? You know, pulling straws, smallest toothpick. I think you get the metaphor. What's left when all of the love and consideration that is continued to offer is no longer wanted? What does that tell me that you want that's left? War, hate, discontent, agitation. You have shown me in your actions I'd rather be angry. You have shown me in your actions I want to win. Is winning a temporary win? I'll give you the win. But I'd rather you get a permanent win by learning the lesson. What is left of your life? And I fully intend to do this. I've given 48 hours. If I get a sorry, and it's more than one word, so at least you went through the effort of pretending, then I'll pretend too. I'll pretend like you learned. I'll pretend like you're sorry. I wanted to leave. You didn't want a romantic relationship suddenly between some flippant thing. Even went along in your messages to say, sorry, I'm PMSing, and go right back to your own arrogance. Right back to your own ego. Right back to your own anger. If you knew what that was already, then why didn't you just fucking take a break? Go for a walk. If that's really what it was. Or is that just one more excuse emotional people make? Well, I'm intellectual. I have plenty of emotions. But this is more important to make decisions with. So if I say I can't, I don't understand the concept of friendship or something, I even tried to open it up in question and allow yet so many different ways for you to win. So you can't, if I can't do friend, then you can't do romance. Let me leave. Didn't let me leave. Kept painting in nasty pictures. Kept saying horrible, nasty things. Wanted to project all your miseries. If it's the rest of the world's fucking fault, and it's men, and all that dumb shit. No, it's not. It's you. It's always been you. And I'm sorry it has to be that way. So, if I behave just like you, war for war, anger for anger, at least action-wise, I can crush you too. I can say nasty things too. I can threaten you with law too. I can fuck your world up too. I just hadn't, because I wanted good things for you. You don't want good things for you, and you don't want good things for other people. You want to manipulate and con, which means that's what I want, because I am you. I am the mirror. If that's what your desire is, so shall you have it. For those who knock, they will get. It doesn't only mean good things. I will gladly return to you whatever this energy you're giving me that I don't like. I'll ball it up and I'll give it back to you, rest assured. So that hits the whole mirror. Vampires can't handle their own reflection. Greedy gluttons. That's what vampire is. You need energy. You need attention. It's me, me, me. But you can't even face you. So you leech off of stronger men. Or people. Granted the genders. And it's exactly what this person did. And so many trials and errors and so many times to try to be appropriate for this person. And I do believe in punishment. I'm sorry to break it to you. You even tried to fake being a Satanist to flatter me. And admitted that. There's messages to that too. You tried to flatter me. Make me think that you were all actually interested in self-empowerment. That you actually wanted to have control over your life. That you understood what this was about. And that you wanted to take charge and be happy. And do what you will. You tried to paint a picture that as if I'm going to love you more for it. But what you don't understand is that as a Satanist, I love difference. Without the moon, the sun doesn't know what the fuck it is. And so as a Satanist, I appreciate every decision. And as a lover of life, truly. Every decision that you make that I would not is pretty fucking rad. I think it's pretty fucking cool. That you're you and I'm me. Otherwise, I'm nothing special. So, the things we have in common, great. The things we don't have in common, great. But if you're going to, and you've tried, and you've done this in the past and you've failed, to ruin my name, to slander and misrepresent me, while this is the type of shit you do, you only have but so many options. There is no proving you wrong, and rumors are very difficult to deal with, so you might as well just be the beast. Let everyone fear you then. Crush that motherfucker into the dirt. Crush your enemy totally. If you let them get up, what happens? They come back for another relentless assault. They come back for vengeance. I'm going to have to do what I'm going to do next. But even still, I give the one last chance. Apologize. Simple. Very simple, right? Do you think her ego will calm down within 2 days? That's why I gave her time. It actually gives her a way out. Do you think that she'll calm down enough that she'll look back at her own reflection? Unlikely. Enough to say, you know what, right. Or not even just to take responsibility, really. But just to stop what's about to happen. Well, I'll give her a list of just some of the many things I could. And will do. I will. I will expose you. I will make sure people know who you are. Because it's not about losing either, and it's not about romance. It ain't just me you're going to try to hurt. You're going to hurt somebody else that replaces me, just like you did the other guy, and the other guy, and the other guy, right? What is that guy taking care of you, roof over your head, busting his ass? What's he doing? For what? For you to lie, cheat, and deceive. So if it's not me you're hurting, it's going to be someone else. And I believe in taking full responsibility. I call myself evil from the get-go. You see in this video, right here, right now. I never hid or lied a goddamn thing. But you did. And I had full intention on spanking you. So, be careful, folks, what you do. There are people smarter than you. There are people more patient than you for whatever traits you think you have. My mom once told my bully of a brother, you can only be big and bad for so long until you meet someone bigger and badder than you are, and then you're going to be fucked. Hi. I love my fucking life. And I love when peons, because that's what you are now. You were great. Now you're a peon. You've shown your colors too many times to believe you have any strength whatsoever. You have intimidation tactics. Most people do that. I live in the ghetto. That's practically the way to get around out here. Let me verbally be aggressive and intimidate someone into surrendering their power to me. You picked a bad guy to do that too. Just the fact that I call myself a Satanist should have said that that shit ain't gonna work. So fucking stupid. I'd like for all of you guys to learn what it is to have true power. How to tune in, tune out. How to have what you want. How to make actual willful decisions. Deliberate decisions. Having goals. Working toward those goals. Why is it a building when it's built? A building is one brick at a time. You're not focusing on building the bricks. You're wishing you already had the fucking building and ignoring the steps to get there. There's a cause and effect relationship to everything. If I was that guy, your ass would have been on the streets. But I met that guy and he's a pussy. And it's unfortunate it is what it is. I once had my heart rule my head. It's the other way around now. I have tons of fucked up emotions, but my brain is what makes my decisions. If I was that guy, you would have been out. But he's in love with you, clearly. And you're taking advantage of it? Now, are you on my team? I don't care what you do. As long as it's not against me, right? But now you're not on my team. I'm going to make sure you get crushed into the dirt. This poor bastard. This poor kid. Just imagine the different perspectives I've painted here. Imagine the hardship for this guy to know and not be able to control a wily woman, to be hopelessly head over heels in love with somebody, only for them to lie, cheat, and steal. Then no matter what he does, breaking her phone, she even convinced him to buy her another $300 phone, as if you should fucking have anybody a $300 phone. Buy a fucking phone for a phone, get a computer for a computer. But anyway, guilting him back into using him some more so that you can hurt him and use him some more and hurt him and use him some more. And what does that say of your parenting? While you have to ask your friends to lie for you so you can sneak out of the house, and your friends to watch your kids so you can go fuck other dudes, this doesn't look good for you. So at what point, and I'd like everybody to really think about this before they pick the next fucking fight with me, because I will crush you too. At what point did you think you really had any power over me? I tried to make an equal. If you want to be beneath me, that's fine, but there ain't no fucking above me to repeat. At what point did you think you had power over a Satanist who has his own place, who pays his bills, who has food in his cabinets, who doesn't need to rely on anybody else for anything? What, you think because you can give them sex, that that's something that they can't get somewhere else if that was what they were interested in? That's fucking stupid. On some people, that might be power of them. Over me, hell no. I'm great. And just like that, I already have another person. Does that mean that my intentions weren't pure? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means I'm not going to sit around in the gutter when so many people are going to give me their affection. So many people are going to give me their love. So many people are going to give me their attention. Why decide that, most people will dwell forever. You fucked up. I gave it all. I lost, more or less, but I won't lose alone. So you could say that's part of the motivation, my MO. I am going to crush you. And I'm going to crush you again. And then I'm going to crush you again. Well, I have several things I'm about to act upon, unless you do the right thing. Because I already know who you are, you're not going to do the right thing. So I'm going to make sure that you learn, so that you don't do the same behavior as someone else. You could have had a king to the queen. You could have had a partner to the partner. You could have had a friend to the friend, but that's not really the things you wanted. When I asked you certain questions about what this change would mean to you, what did you have? Emotions, chaos, negativity, hate in your fucking heart. You can keep those things. Allow me to let you enjoy them more fully. Allow me to let you enjoy those emotions more fully, because they're not mine, and I'll be damned if you give them to me. If you blame me, if you push it all on him and her and her and her and her and every other person I've watched you blame as you have a hard life. To the friend with the name of a K. See, I'm not going to even spell it out, But to the friend with the K, who at this point just tolerates you on a very rare occasion and refuses to engage in opening a dialogue because she knows who you are, and says to me, quote, well, I know that she's a manipulator. Well, I know. The difference is, it wouldn't have mattered. We can both work toward a goal. I prefer business relationships to romantic ones anyway. I just happen to be very romantic. So, as you lie, folks, do you think you're going to get a good outcome? Why? Because you're a good liar? What happens when you meet someone who's just as clever or more so? When you cheat, Well, I don't even need to do that, but you know, I'll just wait. Flip on to the next channel, as you see. Didn't even take a day. People constantly admire this. And I'm not trying to be an ego. The point is I'm worth something and people notice. So if you want to be flippant on what you want to see, that's up to you. See demons all day long. Have fun with it. But you could have had greatness. Oh well. But to try to make me a monster, that's where you fucked up. To talk shit to me because you're unhappy, that's where you fucked up. To not walk away and calm the fuck down, that's where you fucked up. To threaten me, that's where you fucked up. All of these are fuck ups, and if you thought it went without consequence, whether from me, or from Johnny Law, or from your allegedly abusive boyfriend, then you fucking thought wrong. I'm going to see to it. You can apologize, and you could get the option to go fuck over other humans. I'm going to give you that. Or, you can stay exactly as you are, and I'm going to support you. But if I support you being where you are, that's supporting unhappiness, it's supporting anger, it's supporting hate, it's supporting vengeance, it's supporting violence and aggression. If you can't beat them, join them. So enjoy whatever life you choose next. But make your decision wisely. I wanted to make this video because I wanted people to see a little bit of fun narcissism, as it were. See, because I'm not a cold, unfeeling monster, but I find it very fascinating that whenever people disagree or question you, then the world must be some horrible fucking thing. So I tend to, eventually, after over and over and over and over trying the fucking opposite, join them. Fuck it, I'm a monster. You're right. Fuck it, you're right. Oh, you're right, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. You're right. I'm a monster. I'm a demon. I'm a problem. Every man, it's every man. All men are like this. You're right. You're right. If you're right, you're right. There ain't no fucking way to show you anything else because this is what you want. That's why I asked. I sent a message. I said, well, come back and message me when you know what you want. When you know what you want, come say hi. And you said, I know what I want. And then waited a little bit, got passive-aggressive again, gave a list of insults, right? And then thought that you were going to delete your Facebook and that this was just going to stop. It's not. I'm going to give one swift kick in the fucking ass. Then it'll stop. But I'm going to give you a way out. One final chance to change your mind on what you want. Do you want love, friendliness, kindness? That doesn't mean I'm going to come right back in your life and be your friend. No, it just by making the small step towards happiness, I'll leave you alone. But granted, you've already failed, and you should only have 3 strikes, right? Way past that. But granted that you've already failed, me, yourself, and every loved one that you have, every family member you have, maybe even your little daughter. Who the fuck are you to threaten? Granted that you've already failed, this is your final chance. I've given you whatever you want. I've constantly catered to potential insanity. What's the difference between supporting you when you love me and supporting you when you hate me? Nothing. It's just support. Hence the quandary to give you a fun thought of what is evil with this video. What is right and wrong? How many mistakes should someone be allowed before they're spanked? You know? How many laws should be broken before calling it a felony instead of a misdemeanor when you repeat the same offense? You're doing this to you. And I don't feel bad anymore. I've spent way too much time thinking about your emotions and your thoughts and how to slow down for you. To slow down to accomplish your goals, only for you to assume a bunch of shit, project a bunch of shit, imagine a bunch of shit, feel a bunch of shit. Well, I think a bunch of shit. And I thought, because on occasion you say some words that I could take as literal, Asperger's, right? I could think you really are working on you. You really are wanting to take it slow because of this, and then taking it fast suddenly because you know what you want, and then you know what you want. Well, I've allowed you to take control so far. To a point. You're a shitty fucking leader. Hate to break it to you. The king is smart. He makes one calculated move at a time. The queen, when directed by the king, can move all across the board and get a lot of shit done. But she doesn't just tend to act on her own, or it's chaos. When people get too greedy and the queen is what they move all across the board, what happens? The queen dies. This is a metaphor. Keep that in mind. I have no intention of murdering you. Plus, I don't believe in such things. My personal beliefs is that people should suffer. I have suffered a great deal in life, and eventually I learned and I was tired of suffering. Were you to die, not only do you learn nothing, but you don't pay for any of your crimes. So no one grows. I'm going to see to it that you do. It doesn't matter, and I don't have to be there to watch. I'm friends with your friends. I'm in the world. You're in your fucking head and in your feelings. I already know, calculated, remember, King, what happens to a great percentage. If I make move A, what will follow with B, to C, to D. I've thought this through. When I tell you something, and I tell you think about it, you might want to actually fucking pause. Pause, bitch, and think about it. And I don't even call women bitches. It's supposed to be funny. But pause and think about it. Retrospect. Wonder how the fuck you got to this situation over and over and over and over again, whether it was me or somebody else. Pause. Think about it. Meditate. Reflect. But you fucking can't, can you? And if that means I have to spank you for you to see it, that's fine by me. I'm not going to let you abuse a kid. And if you're not abusing my good nature, or evil nature, to go along with your fucking craziness, then you're going to do that to somebody else. And somebody else would be much more hurt than I would in that situation. And I hate to tell you, but I love the world, and I love people as much as I dislike them, so I kind of don't want you to spread misfortune and seeds of retardation, retard to slow down, to the world. I would rather not see a bunch of other innocents suffer when each and every one of these humans in your life is trying to take care of you. Well, it is what it is. In 48 hours, I will know what I need to do. As if I already haven't calculated what is the most likely of scenarios. And maybe she'll even see this. Ooh, and think that she's manipulating by saying and doing just the right things. But that's what the qualifier, a convincing apology, is for. She's going to have to try. For one of the first times in many years of her life. Where she's going to lose everything. That's dealing with a king. I run a kingdom. That's dealing with true willpower. Someone in control of their mind and emotions. Instead of just jumping off the bridge because everybody else did it and they walked in a straight line and I thought I'd want to fit into jumping off a fucking bridge. But I saw that they cracked all their skulls on the rocks below. Seemed like a dumb idea at the time. So I didn't do it. That's the difference between me and you. I make decisions. You impulsively react. I think ahead. You feel. And it's not to say I don't feel, but this is not what should rule you. Pointing at the heart, not at the pinnacle. This is what should rule you. Aerosmith said it best. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Would that be nothing? So, I'm Kevin Chaos. Look forward to School for Evil, where I teach you guys the art of dress, where I teach you guys psychology, witchcraft, neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis, and so much more. Not only will the world be unable to fuck with you, because you know the game and how it's played, and so many versions of the game, so many house rules. But if you choose, you could be neutral. I tend to be more neutral than dominant. You could be. Or you can also use these tools to own the world and everyone around you. This does not make you an asshole. With great power comes great responsibility. Remember that, Peter. Remember that. You don't have to be an ass. Power is like it's like a sword. It's kind of how you use it. You can use a sword to cut a vine down from a tree. You can use a sword to defend yourself. That's power, if you know how to sword play. But you could use a sword irresponsibly, and when you get carried away with the irresponsibility, get hacked down from the process and the overego of it. Well, this person in this story got way too into feeling superior to people, and not enough people called her out. She's about to face, with or without me interfering, the court to handle that whole situation and likely lose her kid. We'll see. She wanted me to help her. She asked me for advice. I gave her mudras to practice, attitudes and things to think about, to keep her in a state of mind, to how to analyze and to attack credibility and every other thing that you would need to make you look good and them look like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I've given a lot of tools. But whatever, I'm the one against you. I can give those same tools to somebody else. You want a family, do you? Your kid's the most important thing in the world, is it? Why are you jeopardizing it? You wanted a roof over your head too, didn't you? Why are you jeopardizing it? You wanted a friend or a lover? Why are you jeopardizing it? I don't think you fucking know what you want. And I say, contact me when you do, because I know exactly what I want. That's a very rare fucking thing in my experience. I'm one of the very few humans who knows exactly what he does and what he does not want and acts in accordance with those desires and goals. I'm willing to take some poison and some toxic shit from a person because we can have a larger goal that we're working toward. A brick is not the entire building. One brick can look dodgy or off-colored, and it still end up this magnificent structure. I have patience. I have emotional control over myself. I'm very thoughtful. This means the same were I to use these tools against another. School of Evil is going to teach you things unimaginable. Unimaginable. And you can choose to judge it. You can choose to learn from it. You could be a Christian and watch School for Evil and study the enemy. Yeah. Yeah, because the fun part about evil, we don't hide our power. A black aura, for example. Black is power. Angels try to hide it, right? But you notice the evil because it's right out there in the open. Tentacles everywhere, shadows spreading. That's going to be no exception here. We're going to give you all the tools, and you're still going to lose to us. Because we're going to think it through. We're going to plan, and we're going to act. You're going to feel, you're going to bitch, you're going to complain, you're going to project your misfortune, you're going to create illusions and delusions. We're going to act. School for Evil will teach you to protect yourself. School for Evil will teach you how to master yourself, and if you choose to, others. Was it my goal to hurt this person? Absolutely not. Is it my goal to see the justice is served one way or another now? Absolutely. I give them a way out a little bit in ego. You know, hey, because here's the thing, it's one step along what she needs to do for self-awareness. If you realize there's a reason to be sorry, because if not, you will fucking be sorry when you lose everything, that's still self-reflection. That's still just a little bit of sorry. And then you have to ask yourself, why did I have to say that? Why did that work for him to leave me alone when I said those words and so much other shit? It's just a break toward that building. So everything that I'm about to do could be seen as evil, or it could be seen as a not so gentle nudge in the right direction. My name is Kevin Chaos, and I hope you've enjoyed this toxic, right, rant. This explanation of character. I am evil. Wholeheartedly, I am thankful for it. I love opposition. By all means, try to tear me down. If I ever die or fail, I deserve it. So do you. But you pick fights with the wrong fucking person, you bully the wrong person, you might not like it in the long run. Be ready for that. School for Evil will make you ready for that. School for Evil will teach you different ways people think, different ways people act, different ways to work around, through, and away from those things. It will teach you, in one word, power. Nothing about power is natural. Power is earned. It's worked for. School for Evil will teach you power. You will never have someone be able to truly use you again. Ever. This person was allowed one really good mistake. Lots of little things that don't matter, but one mistake. Never again will you repeat it. Never again will it go unnoticed. Now you're aware. Now you know what they're capable of, good and bad. You know it's a whole person, not just one or the other. School for Evil will be all about that. You will be knowing the mechanics of what's possible in the world. The colors, the sounds, the language that is being used already against you, for you, with you. You're going to be learning the tools that create change in the world. Well, why not be the one in control of that change instead of letting it change and control you? Huh? Seems like a pretty good offer. But of course the devil doesn't come without his temptation, does he? Much love to all of you out there who want love. Much hate and more to those who want that. I want what you want. I just love the fucking ride. It is an absolute thrill. The ups, the downs, the twists, the turns, the loop-de-loops. I enjoy it all. There is no bad time for me. Just experiences to be gained. Knowledge to master. People to be in camaraderie with or to thwart in their vain attempts to work against something smarter, better, and stronger, and more prepared for survival than they are. So do check out kevinsportal.com/schoolforevo. kevinsportal.com, a portal to all things Kevin. No matter what I do, no matter how many side projects, no matter how many different minds I'm expressing from to reach different kinds of people for different things, you can find it all at kevinsportal.com. And I hope this reeled you in just a little bit, because I'm not the only thing working on something like this. The world is changing right now. The days of salt circles are dead. You better learn some respect. Hell on earth is here. You're watching it all being torn down. You're seeing without the mask from the different presidents like Donald Trump. You're learning what power is. You're learning what dominoes topple other dominoes. You're seeing it happen with your eyes. That there is systems upon systems, mechanisms on mechanisms, power on power. And you can choose to try to opt out of the game and not play the game of power, but you will be caught by others. Others are going to play anyway. Others will say, oh, hey, this guy thinks you can just sit this one out. This girl thinks that she can just sit this one out. Oh, what, you can just eat and run? Dine and dash? I don't fucking think so. That's your ass. So, enjoy the great things to come. I've got my new camera. So lots of projects coming. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. Lots of secret things in the work. Very long-term projects for some of them. Hence the lack of certain updates. But I've tried to create these new channels and avenues that you might see just a taste of things to come. We've got Church of Kevin. We've got School for Evil. We've got, I'm working for someone else on her podcast for The Infectious Geek. But who I am a Lagi Baal. I am the Angel of Change, he who holds the book. I am Kevin Chaos, the Autistic Wizard. I am a guide, a friend if you want. But ultimately, to recall and end here, I am the mirror. I am you. So be careful. Because as I amplify your very unhoned, unawakened, minuscule talents, you can win with me or you can just lose. Hail Satan. Hail Kevin Chaos. Kevin'sPortal.com/schoolforeevil.